everyone, welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and we are getting started on our final crop this morning here on Pallegney. We've got just this field full of sorghum to go. I think if we have a look, yeah, we've got this field of sorghum to go. There is one more harvest of the vines we could do, but we actually don't need them. We're going to clear this out, and then we're going to start looking at how we've done on this. I'm quite pleased with our progress. We've had a pretty good run on here. We've had a little bit of a problem thanks to the realistic weather mod, which I did notice today, as it's Monday when I'm recording this. This has got updated today, and looks like it might be a little less harsh. We're going to look at and see whether we're going to use it on Oak Bridge. I'm going to do a little bit of testing before we get that series out. But my hope is that it's not going to cause as many issues as it has with this final harvest that we've had this year here on Pallegney. I mean, this field here is massively cut into well, massively destroyed. I mean, we're gonna get about a 50% yield off this, I think. So I'm not too worried about this. In fact, I'm probably gonna use the sorghum here for chicken feed. We've got all the flour we've started producing the bread. We're going to get all of our pallets together and have a look at just how well we've done over the last year or so with producing. I think we're producing everything that we aimed to produce, which is fantastic news. So I'm very happy. We've got at least one pallet of everything. We're going to try and gather it all up. But it's it's done really, really well on here, despite the challenges. I have loved doing this map. This map is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's one of those maps where late in FS25 we might revisit it as a possible realism experiment or something like that, because it is that kind of level of fun and beauty to it. So I think there is a possible second playthrough open. Wow, look at the dead crop in here. Yeah, it's a really nice map, and I think I'd like to have a crack at it for a second time. We are not doing well on this headland. Look at that, 13%, and we're 3/4 of the way around it. That is not good. My mic might have just changed because I realized that it was in the wrong position, so now hopefully you've got a much better sound to it. But yeah, 15%. So this is gonna be lucky, I think, if we get an entire combine tank full off here. Coming up to the end of the second headland, and right now we have just a third of a tank on this combine. That is insane. I don't know exactly what we're going to do about this. Well, not much. We are going to have a nice amount here to feed the chickens with. Chickens actually do better off sorghum because it's worth more money. We've got whole patches here. Just look at that going into the header of the combine. There are just whole patches here where there is no crop at all. It's absolutely crazy, and yeah, it's not even going to be a full tank off here. There's no way we can fill this combine. Actually doesn't begin to describe this field. We have just hit 50%. That is after 4 rows of cutting, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's 4 rows cutting, because this will be number 5, and then we've got one more return row. and the headlands. So it's not like that's just the amount off the cutting. That is the headlands as well. That is crazy. It really is all going to fit in this one combine. I kind of wondered if we were going to get even to 80% on this field. We have just 2 rows left to do, and we are at 70%. So I'm very much thinking this field is not even going to hit that amount. Now, this is only an 8,000 litre tank on this Evian, so that means we're not even going to hit. We're not even going to hit 8,000 litres. At this rate, I'm not even sure we're going to hit 6,000 litres. We are 300 litres shy, less than 300 litres shy, 250 litres shy. But there's one patchy road to go with a small patch at the top of the field that you might have just seen there. And I'm not sure that there is 250 litres in this. If there is, it is going to be only just over that. Oh, before we have to go back and get that, let's just reverse this up. Get the little patch there that got missed. Right, and then we'll go back in. Oh, got to make sure we get every single bit of sorghum off this field, because there's just so little of it that every single plant counts. And yeah, here we go. We are at 5,900 litres, so we should hit the 6,000 litre mark. Although again, that is not going up that fast, but it is going up fast enough to hit that. And there we go. Yeah, 6,000 litres. So we have got 3/4 of a tank, but it's not going to be much more than that. We are not going to hit the point where the beacons turn on and we tell our traction trailer we're ready to empty, because we're not going to get to that point. It is just 76% full, not even 6,100 litres off here. So auger out and down. Yeah, I think that is gonna do it. Last little bit and we're done. Let's just check the fields. There's a couple of really small bits over there. Can't see them, so they're so small they're gonna be a couple of litres at most. 6,100 litres is really not a big yield off here. It should have been twice that. We should have got 12,000 litres off this field. That mod really has wrecked our output from here. Thankfully, we didn't have a monetary and we didn't have a target along those lines. We just needed to produce 4 different things to complete our target on this series. We needed to create some grape juice, we needed to create some butter, we needed to create some cheese, and we needed to create some bread. And in a bit we're gonna go and collect those 4 things together, because I think we have actually managed that target. I think we've managed to get all of those things made. If we look up here, we do have the grape juice there. In the shed ahead of us over there, those are 2 pallets of butter. I believe there's at least 1 pallet of cheese waiting to come out of there, so we'll get those out in a bit. And I believe there's a pallet of bread waiting for us over at our least mill. Not our least mill, our least bakery. The mill, of course, we purchased. Getting this trailer in here is not easy. Oh, seems to be round. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's not close enough, though. And back into here. There we go. So, not going to take a huge amount of sorghum for the chickens. Yeah, just a little bit. Caught the trailer on the roof. Can I? Yeah, let's reverse into here, I think. See if we can get the trailer out. I don't think we can. We're going to have to go through the cow field in order to get out. There's a gate at the far end as well. And I think we've got some calves in here. If I can see correctly. Yeah, we do. We have some calves in here. That's fantastic. We'll close that up. And, yeah, look. Calves jumping around the field happily. So our cows, their number are growing. The herd is increasing, which is fantastic news. And now we need to go and tip this into our store, because this will do as chicken feed for the rest of the year. And yeah, we still have one other job to do today, and that is we've got to bale up all the straw. And I want to check what the status of the straw on the wheat field is, because that got hit by a load of rain, and I think that might have withered a bit as well. I don't know how much net wrap I've got left in this. I think we've got some in storage if we do run out. But yeah, I'm not sure how much we got. Yeah, less than a single roll. But look at this. This looks like it has diminished. It's looking really, really flat. I think this gets affected by the rain as well, in the same way as used to happen in the old seasons mod. In fact, yeah, look at that. It's going up at a reasonable pace, but not massively fast. That does seem, no, in fact, yeah, that is slow. That is really slow. Along here, I would expect a much quicker amount of, or a much quicker bale to be formed. I think this has been diminished by the rain. I think it's not just the bales that rot. I think that the field itself, straw heaps, rot as well. And does that mean anything that's not in a bale store like we've got also rots? Because we had a couple of bits undercover, and I'm guessing that because that bit didn't fully have a snow mask, that it's causing us a load of problems. Here we go, first bale out, and we are halfway round the field. That's not good. However, after one round of the headlands, we've got 2 bales. Oh wow, this is going to be so low. So I got 4 bales off the headlands. We are nearly at the end of the small field, so field 103. We've almost got all of that baled up. We are only at 60% going across this field. And the field only got worse as we went across it. So this is not going to produce very much straw at all. Yeah. We got so many bales off our fields last year, and this year is just pitifully bad. It's a slightly disappointing end as far as our crops go, but like all farming, it was out of our hands. We were completely at the mercy of the weather, even if it was a little bit harsher than it should have been. And with this, it looks like, yeah, we're gonna get a 5th bale out of here. I think we will top out at somewhere around 8 bales in total on this field. It is not gonna be much more than that. Well, it seems there's a little bit more straw at this end of the field than I was expecting. That is our 8th bale off here, which is pretty amazing, actually. I'm slightly surprised we got that many. We might even get as far as 10 off here now. If we get up to 12, that would be great. It would still only be 4 trips off the field with the telehandler to get it, and not really worth getting all of this up onto or loading all these bales onto a flatbed. But it would still be a reasonable amount of bales for this field. Final row, and we are up to 11 bales on here. I don't think we're going to get a 12th out of this. There doesn't seem to be enough of the straw left. Nope, that's got it. There's a couple of little patches around the field, but it's not really that good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, not bad at all. We do have 1 more field to bale, but it's getting late in the day and I don't think we'll be able to get a second one. What I am going to do is head down here, and you might have heard this tractor beeping. We're just going to come and park this over here and get it refueled before we finish off. Plenty of diesel. Perfect. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my combine out the way because that is all done, and we can bring that. Actually, we'll bring that into the yard so that we can give it a good wash before it gets put away for the year. And that will park up rather nicely over here, ready to get washed. And then I just want to bring into the yard, let's collect up all the bits that we've spent the last 2 years on here producing. We have spent exactly 2 years on this map, which seems to be about the right amount of time. Glad that pole is so sturdy. So first things first, I am going to bring out the butter from in here. So we'll have to make these very thin. And in fact, if we come in here, we should be able to stack both of these. So down and in, and get under that. And then we can put that on top. So we've managed to make 2 pallets of butter, which is great. We've still got plenty of milk in the dairy, so there's plenty more of that to come. Plus, we have plenty of milk with our cows, so that's all good. So our first ingredient, or our first thing for our cafe, is absolutely perfect. Putting it in the shade here, we don't want it to melt. Looks like we've got some more stuff come out, and it looks like more butter and our first cheese. So we've made a huge amount of butter. The butter seems to make really quickly on here. I don't know if we've got more pallets of cheese to come out, but I'm intrigued to see what we've managed to produce on this farm. We have got a couple of pallets of eggs as well. They're not in our target, but it is still, oh my lord, more butter. But it is still a thing that we've been trying to produce on here. That is a lot of butter. We'll take both of those. So that's 4 pallets of butter off here. That is fantastic. Does look like it's just the 1 pallet of cheese then. And we'll grab that as well. Still absolutely fantastic to have produced some cheese. Doesn't look like we've managed to actually produce any of the milk, unfortunately. Bottled milk was a late addition to my output, but yeah, we've definitely got the cheese here as well. Then once we've got that dropped off, we can open those up again, and we'll go and get the grape juice, which is just here, out of our little grape juicing facility. which is cool. That has worked really well. That was a great little purchase. Has done us proud on here. We didn't need anything bigger than that to do the grape juice. That was everything we needed right there. So that is our little pallet of grape juice. And then finally heading over to our bakery. Oh, we'll have to cross these. We have some pallets of bread. We've got some French bread. We got some rolls. We've got everything in here, and it's utterly fantastic. So pleased that we've got a few thousand liters of bread. Yeah, 3,000 liters of bread in total, which is perfect, and we're still producing it as well. So everything is producing nicely. It's costing us 410 per day to lease this factory, and in all honesty, we are currently producing more more money's worth than that every day in bread. So that is awesome. We'll be able to afford this, I think, in no time, and that would just finish things off. As it stands, this is pretty excellent. So there we have it. 3 pallets of bread, 1 pallet of grape juice, one pallet of cheese, and 4 pallets of butter. Absolutely fantastic. Let's just straighten this all out and pile it up, and then we can take stock. And I'm happy. This is what I wanted to do. This is where I wanted to be by the end of the series. Yes, our last year has been a little bit of a bumpy road, but we've done it. There is our produce over the last 2 years. 3,000 liters of bread, 1,000 liters of grape juice, 1,000 liters of cheese, and 4,000 liters of butter. That, I think, by our measure we set out on this series, is a success, and that is where we're going to leave it. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this series. Let me know what were your favorite bit down in the comments below. We're off to Oakbridge Farm next, as we take the money that we earned from Hutem Pantai, roll it in with a £1 million loan, and see if we can buy a big enough farm to pay all of that off within the 2-year time period that we normally do one of these series for. So I hope you join me for that one. For now, we're all done here on the farm, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.